Good evening. Welcome back to RHR TV. We're going back into our regular programming, and we have, for the past week or so, or 2 weeks coming, we'll be introducing people who are affiliated and players in this game, in this team. Now, tonight we just want to inform you that RHR TV is up and alive and well. Hi, my name is Ian Casely. Tonight, we are going to speak to someone that many people who are watching well know. From the look of this person and his attitudes and behavior, you may not know the great potentials and the gift and talent and who he really is. Now, he has been in theater for about 15 years, or I think maybe more. He's an actor, playwright, director, producer, and all the things that has to do with the theater. He is well versed in. Caribbean-wise, all the way from Jamaica to the United States, and mostly known. As far as I'm concerned, worldly known, because there are people all over the world who is connected to him one way or the other, and his work has been gone out there. Tonight, we want to introduce RHR TV to no other person than Elvis Morris. Some people call him Romb, a.k.a. Romb. Romb, welcome to RHR TV, man.
Yes,
and we're happy to have you here. And I've watched your work, and I've seen the things that you do, some of the things that you do, and what I've seen, I'm completely blown away for the things that you do and the character in your work. And there's some stuff that we're going to let loose on RHR TV tonight. But before we get into the meat of things, who is Elvis? and where is Elvis hailing from?
Wow. Elvis.
Then we can talk about Rambo.
Yeah, Elvis. All the way from Negril, Jamaica to South Florida. Oh my God, it's been a long way. Theater-wise, I've came a long way, and I am happy to be here on RHR TV, and thanks for that warm welcome.
All right, man. That's
and
what
I'm really in love with South Florida and all my fans here in South Florida. I really appreciate you guys, and I hope you guys continue to support us and this program RHR TV. So make sure you lock it in. We're gonna be here for a while. We are here to stay.
All right.
It's a clean program, family oriented. So lock it in on your phone. We will be on Comcast TV pretty soon. So this is the next big thing. Okay? So stay tuned, relax. We're gonna be having some fun tonight, some joke, some serious business. So just stay tuned. Feel free to call. All right?
All right. No, I like that. I like that, because that's so like, that's exactly what RHR TV does. We have people who take charge, and that's Elvis Morris. And we know Elvis Morris here in South Florida for his work, and that's something that it goes ahead of you. Your work goes ahead of you, and it follows you far behind too. Because if a person knows anything about your stuff, which we will break a few names or some stuff that you probably have seen or probably gone to these plays or seen them on rerun somewhere, and you may not know that he is the root or a part of the root of those theaters. But here in South Florida, especially in our church circles, you are well known, and your work is well known around here. And you could put a show out, and people know that it's your production, and they're going to support. And I do believe it's because of the integrity of your work, and the integrity of your work. It attracts people of all kinds. And like you have mentioned earlier, it's family-oriented. RHR TV is family-oriented. And your production, which we are in the process right now of linking in with RHR TV, the character goes together, and it will be an attractive, or it is an attractive measure to take, offering some things like that to our viewers. Now, you have been involved with a few things that some people know, but tell us something about your very first theater experience.
Wow, my very
because
first.
we want to know how you get here. You know, your very first, as far back as you can remember. Well, even if it was Sunday school action. You know, tell us something and bring us up to date.
My very first, very first, before I started doing it professionally, as a kid growing up in Jamaica, we used to do like backyard theater, like Christmas time, and we used to build like, you know, thatch hut.
All right.
And we build stuff from scratch, and, you know, guitar, drums, yes, you know, just from little stuff from around the house. And we used to charge, in those days, we used to charge like nickels, 5 cents, 10 cents for coming in.
That's what happened, because you started early. You know that there's a business in this from early, when most people really didn't grab onto it. You saw there's something in it. So you started as a kid before it even goes to public theater, around family members and friends and community. Yeah. And then maybe about 15, 17 years ago, I met Anne Mackenzie, who is very famous in Jamaica theater, Jai Grandison, and we came together and we did Get a Story. That was our very first production. And actually, I wasn't part of the acting team. I was just doing some directing and some other little things. And somebody didn't show up. And I was reading for the part. And 2 weeks before the show, there was nobody for that part. And I'm like, who is going to play the part? The show is 2 weeks. Everything is ready. You have 2 weeks to go. And you don't have the part.
There is nobody. And I'm here reading every night. And nobody tells me that I was gonna play the part. So after it was announced that, hey, you're gonna play the part, deep down I was like, when you guys was gonna tell me or ask me. Anyway, I was, you know, me being shy and everything. Yes, I'm very shy, even though I'm in theater. I'm very shy. You know, so that kind of helped me with my shyness. But anyway, I remember my first time on stage. When I came off the stage, I was out of breath. That was my very first experience. And ever since then, it's been shows after shows, movies, and here I am right now on RHR TV. Keep it locked. Watch out for us. We're not going anywhere.
You know what I love? I love the part where you never forget to mention where we're at. You know, you never forget to mention where we're at, and I hope you keep it. Though, if you lose it, I'm going to remind you. Hey. You're going to remind you where we're at.
I'm not going nowhere. Wherever you at now is more important than where you was. Okay.
And as we go in this program for tonight, we're going to open for you to call in and talk to Elvis briefly, and let's wrap this thing and make a wrap of it. Because we're here as a wrap session tonight. It's not an interview, because you don't need an interview right now. We're wrapping and releasing some information to the viewers of what we have and what is to come on RHR TV, where your production is concerned. Now, in a minute or so, we're going off to break. But before we do that, I want to tell you that we have some stuff coming up on RHR TV, a sitcom, right?
Most definitely.
A sitcom coming up, and it's going to be aired on RHR TV And that is one of the productions of Elvis from Gospel Theatre's production. And that's the name of his production, Gospel Theatres. And you will be blown out of the professionality and the things that we might just think that this shy man wouldn't have all of that in him. But that's what we do. And especially when the man has named his theater Gospel Theatre. And that says a whole lot about you. When you boldly produce and you give what your production is and you credit your production to the gospel. We're going off the break. Don't move nothing. Don't touch that mouse. We will be right back.
We are Fab Five, and you're tuned to Real Hard Roots TV.
Keep watching.
Welcome back to RHR TV. In this program, we're going to show you some clips of some of the production later on in the show. Hopefully, we can get them up. But for right now, what we want to know, Elvis, is how is it that in this production you didn't hide your true person, your person as a believer in Christ? Because I want to get there early. You know, I want to get to that place early, you know, to put that out there, you know. Earlier we spoke and you said something that blew me out when you say when you say your faith is before you were born.
Most
you know, share some of that for us. Share that, because some people might not understand how could your faith be active before you were born.
Well, definitely I have to credit my parents, because from birth, ever since I know myself, I think I was born in church, and I kept it that way. From birth, that's the only place that I ever cried to go, to church.
You cried to go to church?
Cried to go to church
Yes,
every Sunday.
I cried not to go to church.
No, it's to cry to go to church. I remember church when Sunday school was under the tambourine tree. That was the sweetest part. Sunday school underneath the tambourine tree. Because back then, all the elder them stay in the big church. So we have to go outside
on yes, I remember those
under
days.
the tambourine tree, the guinea tree.
Yes, I remember
and we used to have church. And trust me, that was the sweetest time. And I have to really, really credit my parents them with that. And anything that I do, you know, I put God first. Trust me, you cannot go wrong. Just put God first. Whether you're a Christian or not, put God first.
That's important.
Trust me, that is very important. You cannot go wrong. And doing theater, we started doing out mostly cultural things, which is pretty good. We did all kind of theater, and then we decided to create. We started out with countryside theater, and then we decided to go gospel theater, and so far it's been a blessing. It's been a blessing.
That's what happened. That's what happened when you bring a full circle. And you give the credit to where the credit is deserved, because you put your theater and you'll actually give it. You know what happened for the production that you have? You could have called it anything. You could have named it any secular name, because of a fact, there are certain areas that naming your production, the name it has, it might. I'm sure you probably have thought about it. That it may not, doors may slam, doors might close.
Definitely.
Because you have that name, that you give your production that name. Because, I mean, I'm sure that somebody might say, well, I'm not into this gospel thing, man. I want something that is hardcore and rough, you know, and that is what is going to tickle my fancy. But if the moment a person hears gospel, they pretty much may want to shy about it.
Yeah,
but I learned then that there is something different to that thought.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I realized that a lot of secular people are attracted to your work, even though it is called gospel. How is that? Why is it then that you have so much attractions to even unsaved people? I mean, a whole bunch of unsaved people will come to your shows, show.
You said it earlier, integrity.
Yeah,
and the trust in the Most High. Because, like you said, when we started out, there was a lot of doors that wasn't open.
Okay.
A lot of people. You have a lot of people who didn't show up because maybe the name of the show, the latest one, Fallen Angel. A lot of people was like, oh, that's a Christian play. I'm not going. But sometimes I have to give them probably free tickets to bring them in. And once they come in and they see the work and they like it, so they come back. So sometimes it's a way, you have to bring them in. You have to find a way how to bring them in, let them see it. Because sometimes we think that everybody experience Christianity or church, and sometimes they don't welcome certain things because they don't know about it. So you have to find a way how to bring them in.
Yeah.
And you definitely will keep them.
That is true.
And once they come in, they're gonna like
Experience lightens the man, and they once they hear about something, because they might probably think that you're going to preach to them.
Exactly.
Lay hands on them or something.
Like you said, a lot of people come to church, but they don't really like preaching.
There you go.
They don't like
they're
preaching.
Scared. They're really scared.
Me personally, I like the jump up part, the sing and the praise.
Yeah, because
word.
that's what. Yeah, because if you're not careful, you're going to fall asleep.
Exactly.
You fall asleep. And with the generation and the culture that we have now, you have to keep something alive.
Yeah.
To keep them alongside with you, and that's important. Now, we have a few things that we're going to mention tonight. The breaks, them are coming up on us so fast that you see, time is running off on us so fast, and I didn't want it to run so fast on us. Yeah. But we have to work with the system. We have to work with the system, so we will work with that. Before we do certain things, there's a break coming up on us, and we want to touch a little bit on some things that you do away from the theater. But we want to talk about that when we come back from this break. All right? Don't move that mouse.
Something happened to me. I want to tell it straight to you. I was walking along the railroad track, and when I hear a voice cried out, "Come unto me, my son, and I will give you rest." So I listened to the voice of God. This is what he says: "Son, don't you be afraid. Satan is on your track, but I am there with you. So don't you be afraid." There was earthquake, lightning, and thunder. People singing and shouting, dancing to the word of God. There was a storm blowing strong, but I listened to the voice of God. I realized God wasn't in the storm. Brethren, don't get caught in the wet and the sweat. Listen, man, to the voice of God. God is God, man is man. Listen to the voice of God. Rain fall, breeze blow, we keep on praising his name. You know, I know, God is the only one. But if we follow the
Welcome back to RHR TV. Again, my name is Ian Casely, and with us we have Elvis Rambo. I like that part, Rambo. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. Elvis Morris, a.k.a. Rambo, as many people will know him. I'm sure plenty of people know you as Rambo, and they don't have a clue what your name, what your name is. Yeah, but we have something that's something that that we spoke about that really gets me. That where you outside of your theater, outside of what you do professionally, you give back to community.
Most definitely.
You give back to community, and you work with children, man, and that's something that we need. Tell us something about your mentorship, your mentorship program.
Well, we have a track and field program, Alpha Elite Track Club. We also have a Sunday morning kickers of Miramar, which we mentor to youth in the community, and we also do stuff in the community. We have a blood drive coming up. We do back to school giveaway. We go into the schools and find out what they need. We supply them with school supplies. Man, we do so many things in the community, and I think everybody should have a community outreach.
I agree.
Everybody need to do something in the community. It's not what the community can do for you, it's what can you do for the community. Because at the end of the day, all of us have kids, our family, or somebody in the community, and we need to build our community and, take care of the youths.
You're talking about building your community. See, the community is family. You have people who are growing older and they're about to get out of the way. You have people who is active now, and you have people who are coming up to take part. So as you move your foot from that position that you're standing, there's going to be somebody to put their foot in that footprint. Because that foot that you are in right now, it was somebody's footprint. So if it was not a trained position, you would not have something to stand on, because somebody had paved that way. And so it is very important for you to pave the way for those that are behind. And that is one of the things that would hinder some of our young people from taking that wrong turn in life. And that's an applaud, and that's a plus on you outside of your regular work. That's something that you take on. And believe me, when it comes to kids, especially local community kids, not all of them are polished.
No, definitely.
Not all of them are polished, and the fact that you're able to do some work with them and to get them to a place where you can see something, and that's I love that. Soccer.
Yeah.
And I know you're into soccer.
Definitely.
You know, somebody say you cannot come out of the island and not into soccer. You have to check your tag and see if you're authentic. You know, I always say either cricket. You must either have something cricket in your background or soccer.
Yeah,
you know,
something.
Something from the Caribbean. You have to, otherwise you're gonna have to check your receipt, to see if you're coming right. So this is whatever we have, we will use. But this is what happened now. The fact that what happened is that the fact that you can give back so much, and no wonder that your production can be so successful. And whatever show is coming up, we want you to, will be aired on RHR TV, so you will know what's going on. In anything that is going on and gospel theater, it's going to come out through here. And whenever you get a chance, if you want to just call in, let's chat a little bit. We're going to open the line in a little bit, so the numbers will be going up on the screen. Falling Angel. Tell us something. There was something about that movie, Fallen Angel, that was a little bit attractive. The storyline, the message in that was very, very real. And I'm so sorry that there's some people who had chosen not to see it because of the name of it. Wow. I don't know if they consider it as a horror movie or something like that because they were fallen. How did you come to get that storyline? Where's that storyline born?
Wow. first I have to give credit to the main writer, which she has done a very good job, Anne Mackenzie.
Mm-hmm.
And then I am the producer, director, actor. And we have done Fallen Angel maybe about 7-8 years ago. And unfortunately somebody passed on, and
kind of slow down the production.
yeah, and that show is really in honor of
Go ahead, man.
Kimon Anderson, who passed away a long time ago. Yeah, she was one of the original on the show, and we decided not to do that show anymore for a long time, because we just couldn't get over her death
So easily.
so easily.
Well,
So we just decided to bring it back this year, and the show, wow, I didn't know the show was so good until now.
when yeah, because
Trust
you're
me.
going to see it afterwards to see what happened with it.
The
No.
response has been great.
Yeah, yeah. Now we're gonna go off. We're gonna take a break again, and but we're gonna come back and we're gonna talk quickly about those upcoming those shows. We have some shows that is in theater that is working on right now, like Midnight Cry and Double Trouble. We're gonna just put a little bit of highlight
Yeah.
and then without giving it away.
Yeah.
And we're gonna go after break and we're gonna come back. We're gonna give a little bit of highlights on those. So stay tuned for this break. We'll be right back.
Good morning. I want everybody to lively up. You know, just wake you lively. Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Jesus and peace. If I God do not give a hallelujah, and so not give.
Monica, I've been looking for a long time. When you was growing up, Monica, there was no place to go. Moreover, it's different time now.
Listen, Thomas. Try not get in an argument with me.
Try. You argue too much, man.
Hold on. What you trying to do? Eh? Belittle me? I want you to remember one thing, Monica. I still wear the pants in this relationship.
Yes. Me know. But me realize when you go off in one of your cursing mood, so I will agree with everything you say. Just for tonight.
Yes, ruin the one, eh?
Yeah, man. Let me go.
I'm walking in the light of His love. I'm walking in the light of His love. I made a step in the right direction. Now I'm living under God's protection. I'm walking in the light.
Welcome back to RHR TV. Those were a little bit of clips from the Fallen Angel. We will try to. There was something that we're trying to show you, but as we go, we will get those things together. Now we'll come back to Fallen Angel, but tell us something about upcoming Midnight Cry.
Well, Midnight Cry is one of our upcoming project, written by me myself. Midnight Cry is, you know, everybody come New Year's time, around that time of the year, try to find themselves in church. And I guess me myself are guilty of that sometime.
If you miss church, 6 months of the year, you
Yeah.
gonna make sure New Year's Eve you're in church.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but some people will come for the full service. Some people wait till 5 minutes before
Up to 12,
midnight.
yes.
You see them in the church. So Midnight Cry is gonna base on that story, and based on that, I don't think I need to say anything else
Don't say
more.
anything more than that because
Every-
don't give it away too much. So
Yeah.
it's pretty much based upon coming up
Yeah,
to the last hour.
to to the last hour
to make a decision.
Some people make it, some people didn't make it, so you have to come and see it. Why wait till the last minute?
All right, that sounds like enough.
To me, if say you're 40 years old and you spend 40 years serving the devil, then you're gonna live. You have to go live until you're at least 80
to make up.
So if you don't make it to 80, you're in trouble.
Boy, I'm glad that Jesus is not like that. I'm glad that he don't make those demands.
Yeah.
Because if he had made those demands, heaven wouldn't have too many people. Heaven wouldn't have too many people, I'll tell you that. Okay, no, look. We have, that's a little tidbits on Midnight Cry. Double Trouble.
Double Trouble. Wow, Double Trouble is very, very deep. Double Trouble is a couple and 2 kids, and I'm trying to put it in perspective where I don't give away too much. But Double Trouble is a couple, 2 kids, and along the way, the mother wasn't sure if the kid was for her husband.
Oh, okay. So it's a controversial, it's coming of a controversial marriage, family situation.
Yeah, and it so happened that the mother become a Christian, and she's undecided on what she's gonna do and how to tell her husband. So I'm not gonna give away too much. So you need to come to the show to find out how did they handle that situation. Did the husband stick around?
That is something to consider, right?
You know, so Double Trouble is very, very deep. It's very deep. So just watch out. Stay tuned to RHR TV, and you will know more about Double Trouble and Midnight Cry and life in the big city. We're gonna touch on that later on.
No, we're gonna touch on life in the big city. No, because don't set us up like that. Tell us something about life in the big city. We don't have a whole lot left on the show, so we're gonna break through. We're not even gonna take a break right now. We're just gonna go right through it, and we can get some stuff done.
Okay, life in the big city started by my good friend Sammy Question.
Aye. And who knows about Sammy Question?
It was a thief, they goat them on Lime Tree Lane.
I jumped over the wall.
Famous goat thief. That's my good friend. We started out life in the big city, and it was on Comcast, doing very well. It was doing so good we had to pull back.
Oh.
We have to pull back to go forward. We have to take a step backward to go forward. And it will be back on RHR TV. So just stay tuned. It's a very good sitcom. We're going to have different actors every week. So you don't know who you're going to see. Everybody's going to be on this show.
That's a part of that.
Who is going to be on this show. So make sure you watch. Stay tuned. You don't know. You might see Michael Jackson.
Who knows? That's a challenge.
You never know.
Some people take up their computers or their phone and throw it away to see Michael Jackson coming out.
Yeah, even Whitney Houston. You never know. Stay tuned.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Anybody, it could be anybody, right? Oh, man. And that it's actually what happened to that production and combining with which you know, Fun and Laughter.
Yeah.
Fun and Laughter, we know, is an excellent production also that always deals with, brings some stuff out like that. But we are looking forward to do that. And so that's what we really want to get some stuff in on that, because that's the production that is going to be, we're going to roll some things like that. And it promises to be very, very entertaining. And think about the theme about it. Just the name about it. It's just the name says a whole lot. The name says a whole lot. Because as some of us might be some country people, you know, and life in the big city might be a big challenge.
Most
something.
definitely. Most
So
definitely.
anything could be happening in the big city. So you know what happened? Stay tuned and keep your ears open for some things that is going to do. Now with your outside of your personal production, and outside of your personal production, where have you? What other productions that do you work with? Even though there are things that you did not produce or direct, I've seen you work with other shows. I know there are shows like Pandikana that you have worked with. That was a good production also.
Yeah, definitely. Pandikana was very good. Pandikana is actually one of our production too. We've been on the road traveling for actually 6 years. We've been on the road traveling with this show. We've been all over the country, outside the country. Pandikana actually gave us an opportunity to meet people like from Atlanta Housewife. They played on our show. We've been all over. Audrey Reed. Some big names was on Girly. Everybody who is in theater was Pandikana.
Pandikana pulls in people.
Exactly.
Wow.
A lot of things go on Pandikana.
You think we're going to have a comeback on Pandikana?
Most definitely.
Because the demand was so much, the demand was so
definitely.
great, I believe that if you could pull it back out of the suitcase, it would run again.
Definitely. Everybody like Pandikana is like a My Little Baby show.
Yeah.
And we have been in other production, Theatre World, with Dry Grandis and Kenneth Anderson. We've been all over the country doing barber shop bangarang.
I heard about that one. I didn't get to see that one.
Granny Meet Delilah.
I saw that one.
We've been everywhere. We've been
that was
all
a great
over
one
the
too.
country.
That was a good one. I thought that one was gonna go much further. Granny Meet Delilah. You know, okay, we're gonna do a little bit thing that because we really want to get that a little piece of that clip going on. So what we're gonna do right now, we're gonna get off and get away from you for a little bit and leave you that you can see something and a little bit of this, a little clip from what we're trying to show you. It's great and funny.
Really? No, man, I don't say a word to her. You know what that one is?
Nobody can say no. Hey, hey!
You're so happy.
Guess what?
What?
Me just a come find out at junior school. But make me good news. She come first in her class and she hope for a scholarship. Hey.
You know what's going to beat me street and lane if you go down there, you know. But I know before you. Who tell her? Who tell you? Our class teacher?
No. When I was passing by the principal office, I hear them talking. He's drunk. And me cut me ears and listen. And they were saying all sort of good things about her. They say, oh, she growing up nicely, she bright, and all sort of things. So guess what? Her bun will come up here fast. So I can get the good news on the telephone when they call me to tell me. Mr. Thomas, I'm going to cook her favorite food, their dinner. I'm going to cook chicken baka haki. Soft banana, soft yam, and cassava dumpling.
Already. You have to pack up with all them food.
One time I go kill her.
Wow, I'll tell you something, man. That girl, I know she have it in her, you know.
Brilliant, man.
Really brilliant.
Oh,
So you look so nervous.
I'm nervous, you know, Monica. But, you know, when you mention all them food, and you know, cook them things for me, you know. And then you wait for your good news. So somebody must be away from somebody to call you, I guess. From down at the school.
I'll go on the car and I see you say, yeah, if you tell me, you know.
You know.
Me not tell you, me know him. Yeah, if you tell me.
You know, Monica, there's good news and bad news.
Hey, who dead?
I didn't say anybody dead.
So what kind of bad news?
Well, you know, Monica. You know I love you, right?
I should think so.
I was supposed to tell you this. But I plan to...
But listen, man, you broke up my finger then, you know. Hold on. Stick a pin. Just hold where you have it, tell me. Hello? Monica Fitzwitz here. Yeah? What? What? What?
Yes, welcome back. And that was a little clip on that nice that production that you should have. If you didn't get to see it, I think we might be doing reruns on RHR TV. I hope we'll be doing reruns on some of these on RHR TV. Remember, RHR TV, remember we're just getting back up. Usually we are at 24 hours network, so we do reruns and things. So when we get to that, some of these things that we'll be seeing, all the shows will be rerun for 24 hours. So when everybody's gone to bed, RHR TV is still up, so you can keep abreast of what is going on. So that is a part of the work of Elvis Morris. I mean, so we're talking about those kind of stuff. Funny. I mean, his stuff is real funny and to the point. Every one of your work has a hit end. No matter how funny it is in there, it comes down to a reality check. Every single one that I see comes down to a reality check. Where a person, where everybody in the audience have to stop and check, or really look at themselves and check something out. You know, and that's very important, because that means you have something in mind. Or I would say you have the end at the beginning, the end in mind at the beginning of your thought. You know, we're going down and we don't have much left on the show. What would you say to any person, young person, old? Is there an age difference? Is there a gender difference when it comes to theater? How would you encourage somebody to go into theater, clean theater? In this age and in this time, because obviously people want to act. Most people want to go to Hollywood. But then this is a doorway. Is this a doorway into Hollywood? How would you encourage somebody for that?
It can be, but you have to apply yourself. You have to want it. Because I've met a lot of people who love it, they want to be in it, but they don't know how to. And then some people, once they get in and find out how much work you have to put in, then most people just give up. But it have to be something that you like. You have to enjoy it. You have to love to laugh. And
passion.
Yeah, you got to have a passion to do theater. Growing up, everybody, either they want to be an actor or a doctor. And it's probably more harder to be a doctor. So I just stick to the actor. You know? So you got to have a passion and willing to put in the time. You know, we have people like Rudel Barnes who drive all the way from West Palm Beach, just to come to rehearsal in Miami. She's very dedicated. I have to give her props, you know. So you got to have people like those around you. As far as young people who wants to come in, first, you could go to school. I always encourage people to go to school. If you want to come and start, you know, without going to school, you know, you could contact me, contact Sammy Question, contact Brother Ian himself. Me see him do a little thing already, and him go on with him thing. Some time ago. So there's outlet, you know, there's a lot of other production in Miami that you could turn to. Theater World is there, Deja Vu, you know, so there's outlets. But you have to apply yourself. Trust me, you have to love it. Me, myself, me love to laugh. I love to laugh and make people laugh and act the fool sometimes just to make some people happy. You know, because laughter is good. As far as my show, everything that I put out there, there's something spiritual in there, and there's a message. I can't watch a show and just laugh. I have to leave with something. The people, them have to leave with something. Them can't just come and laugh and go home and that's it. And they don't remember nothing else about the show. So like you said, that's why I like to, you know, end my show with a message in there. And most of the time it's something spiritually. You know, that's the way I'm going, so that's the way I'm gonna end my show. You know, my show have to help somebody.
Yeah.
You know, it have to help. It doesn't make sense you laugh. You might come and you have a little problem and you laugh and whatever, and then after that, that's it.
We have a caller here. We have a caller. Let's find out. Hello, caller. Good evening. Welcome to the Gospel Mix, and we have Elvis Morris with us. How are you doing?
I'm good, Reverend Paisley. Elvis! I'm right there.
How you doing? How you doing, Maxine?
Yeah. I should have tried to hide his voice.
You can't hide. You can't hide.
I'm enjoying this, but can't hide. Right?
I mean, Mrs. Bridget, my wrong. Mrs. Bridget. right. From Fallen Angel.
Okay, so that's Fallen Angel. Oh my goodness, I apologize, Maxine. I didn't realize it was that Maxine.
And Granny Meet Delilah and everything else.
Yes. I'm enjoying the program. I'm very happy RHR TV 1 is back up. I'll be on to my show. Stay tuned. Watch to know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
We'll be back on movement going forward in 2018. And I'm pretty sure Fallen Angel will be out and about again, and people should come to see it.
That's the whole idea.
Most definitely. Yeah. We're looking at maybe late April. We should have a show. So stay tuned to RHR TV, and you'll get some updates.
Yes, to all our audience, all our listeners, viewers, stay tuned to RHR TV. It's going to be even bigger and better and more fun than the last
definitely.
time. I've been a part of this station for a little while, and then, life happened, but we're back up and running again.
Maxine, this seat is going to be empty until you get there, because you need to come in and show, put a face, give our audience a face to that voice.
I come in, man, I put in on the running shoes. Just a little juggling to do.
I know. Stop your coming and come.
And this is even more encouraging to me because I'm feeling the excitement.
That's what we do. RHR TV. RHR TV runs with the ball and we keep running.
Just keep running, man. Just keep running. We got a great master behind the control there. Sammy Question.
Aye.
The man know the business inside out.
That's wonderful, and one of the good things about what we're doing here is that we want to go across the landscape. We're reaching out to everybody, Maxine. And that is important to us. And children, we're reaching out to children. And we don't want 20 years from now, somebody tell us that 20 years ago they were wounded by something that was done or said on RHR TV. Our intention is that 20 years from now, the credits, we should get credits behind and something that a positive impact on society. And that's what we have. That's what we intend to do. You know.
And healing. There's so much hurt and so much pain and so much everything going on out there. So it should be a place where, you know, when people get a little healing, a little comfort, a little laughter.
A lot of laughter. A lot of laughter is necessary for today.
Definitely.
And especially Maxine, especially with RHR TV. You know that RHR TV got saved. You know RHR TV got saved. Because anybody who know where RHR TV is coming from, you know, RHR TV was not a gospel network. Let me just say it like that. You know, and look at RHR TV today. RHR TV has been transformed, is being transformed, and completely new faces. A lot of respect, however, for the prayer people on RHR TV who had actually brought it to a place where it becomes a name or worldwide known. So we're not saying that there was something wrong with those prior actors or people on RHR TV, because they deserve the honor for taking it to that point where RHR TV got washed. You know, you got saved and running with salvation now. And now you cannot have a program. It's hard to have a program without hearing the gospel in it somewhere on RHR TV. Still Red Hard Roots. You know, not going to change. But to God be the glory.
And the programs, you know, there's something for everyone.
Yes.
You don't like this program, you want to hear that, you want to hear that. There's
variety.
So much going on, you know?
Yeah, we do have variety.
What do you want to know, you know?
Yes. We have a variety lined up. We have a variety system lined up here with programs for all different ages and things. But Maxine, we got to run because we're going to wrap this show up in about 6 minutes.
I have to run too because I'm at work and I hear my patient calling.
All right, go make the money.
All right, thanks for calling.
All right, Maxine, thank you. Don't be a stranger now and share the information. Tell everybody that RHR TV is back up.
I send out my little information, you know. Other people should be watching, you know.
Good.
It's fun, yes, definitely. Anyway, I'll catch up with you guys. I won't be a stranger.
Please don't.
All right, Miss
All right, God bless you.
God bless. All right, thanks.
That's Maxine. If Maxine is a woman with so much energy in her, you wonder how is she sleeping or she's still running. And yes, and she has a program on RHR TV too. So that's why I know she have to fill this seat soon enough that we can put her stuff out there, that put a face to that voice that we just heard. So we have only a few minutes left to go. You are known for your work, as we have mentioned earlier, and you did not hide. You have not hidden to show who you are. You know, peradventure, you forget, or somebody might forget who Elvis is and the work that he does. You have, number one, you have already covered your production by embracing the gospel.
Most definitely.
In your production, you can't fail. That alone is a win, right? That alone is a win. But encourage somebody. Somebody's lifestyle is out of whack. Wow. Somebody's life it might be out somewhere and maybe out on the sea, want to come back home. Talk to somebody, encourage somebody back on shore.
Well, actually, whenever we put out a show, That's actually what we are doing.
That's the whole idea.
That's the idea. That's the idea without even going to somebody personally and say, you know, come home. This is where you should be. This is the right way to go. So that's why we put that message in the show, where millions of people seeing it. You know, people come to watch the show. The DVD will be out. We on YouTube everywhere, so people gonna be seeing it. And you know, like I said, I've seen lots of other shows. Not to knock anybody's show, but you know, it's good. Everybody think it's good, but then what else after that? You watch the show and then what else? You know, we wanna bring people in. We don't wanna push them away. You know, so you wanna put out good stuff. You have to be careful of what you put out, because I mean, what you put out is what you're gonna bring back in, and it might not come to you personally, but you have kids, and they'll get the reward. Sow the seed.
Yes.
You know, your kids, if you don't get it personally, or you feel like you don't get it personally, your kids will get it. If you sow bad seed, they'll definitely get bad seed. So you have to sow good seed. And beside that, it's a lot of things going on in the world today, and kids tend to go by what they see on the internet, the movie that they watch, you know. So with Gospel Theater, we're going to put out stuff that they could watch that's probably, you know, keep them from doing something bad. Yeah. All of us go through changes in our life. At some point, we think about doing something bad.
That's true.
You know, growing up, not all of us is perfect. We grew up with bad intention too. But maybe it's something that your parents said, or something that you watch that make you go this way, or that way you could go the bad way. Depends on what you watch, or the good way. Some people might see it different, that hey, I don't think no parents teach them kids to do bad. I hope
that
not.
Is true.
But for some reason, some of them go the bad way.
Yeah.
You know, so most of the time is somebody get to them and they decided to go that way. So you have to be careful of what you put out there. So just, you know, whatever you do, just put out something good where the kids them can watch, and maybe it'll help them some place in life. It will help them, or sometime it will help them. You know, so be careful of what you put out there.
Amen.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's a sermon right there. That's a sermon right there. You know what happened? RHR TV viewers, we had as a wonderful time, and we get to get some stuff out of Elvis that you probably wouldn't have known unless we had a situation like this. We have a minute to go on this broadcast before we go off, and I just want to remind you one thing, that RHR TV is here for you. That's the whole reason why we have RHR TV here. And we're glad that all our people, everybody who is involved with RHR TV are Christians. They are saved people, or they have something to offer. Yeah. But thank you very much for coming, for being here with us, sir. And we're really grateful. And there's a lot more that RHR TV have to see or to know of you. But before we go tonight, if you do not know Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, He is available. He is Lord. And there is always another chance. If you're breathing, if you can hear me, you have a chance.
Definitely.
It wouldn't be wise to leave and go to another country without traveling papers. It would not be wise to leave this world without your traveling document. You need the blood of Jesus Christ. And if you don't have Jesus, we still have a chance. All you got is ask Him, Jesus, come into my life. Save me, forgive me of my sins, and set me free. With that, tonight, we're going to sign off. And we just see you. I'm sure we'll see you tomorrow. We have a show tomorrow. Stay tuned for the show tomorrow. It will be an exciting show. We're bringing back somebody from that we had before. So stay tuned until tomorrow night. God bless you.